everybody. Welcome back. This is Quant. Normally, I have done a different video game called Clash of Clans, but today I am just updating everybody that, yeah, I'm still around, and just recently I started playing another game called Raid Shadow Legends. It is a role-play fantasy game where you develop characters that are summoned from this wicked-looking portal, and the quality of the characters you receive is based on chance. The they're called shards, a green, a purple, and a yellow. Of course, called mystery, ancient, void, and sacred shards. Um, and the quality of the characters, as I mentioned, are determined based upon the type of shard and the rarity of the shard. The greens are the least rare, and the yellow or sacred shards are the rarest. So your chances of pulling what they call common characters, uncommon characters, rare characters, epic characters, or legendary characters varies depending on the shard. And it just so happens that today there is a special event that they're running. Perhaps it's for the next 3 or 4 days, on having a greater chance of receiving quality or higher quality characters with the purple or void shards. You can see they're highlighted yellow, and the chances for rares are 83%, 16%, and 1%. So I'll be doing a video on pulling a couple of void shards later on, and currently I have 2 void shards, but when I'm going to be running the video in a few hours, I would say, perhaps tomorrow, there will be quite a few more void shards. I have 2 that I'm going to receive just through conducting tasks in the game. One of them is a daily login reward where you just receive free gifts, and today's day 42 for me, so I'm going to wait until I get that shard. And character development is a big portion of this game, as well as completing missions, and I'm trying to click around here. Missions or quests or challenges. I have a challenge that I have yet to complete, and it will be fully equip a champion with accessories. I will have that completed prior to doing the next videos because I will go into my character inventory. Let's see what that looks like at this point. They're called champions. And I have one of the 4 starter characters called Kale. He is fully maxed out, at least based upon his level. Level 60 is as high as you can go, but then, of course, after level 60, there's a couple things that you can do. You can equip them with artifacts, and the artifacts themselves can be not only upgraded individually, but you can upgrade them with items called glyphs, which add more statistical increases to the various stats that the characters have, and their skills that can be upgraded, and these can be upgraded in one of 2 methods. One, and you upgrade them in Tavern, which I think is fantastic because the skills they get increased in the Tavern by one of 2 methods. It's by using books, which I used for Kale, or taking that exact same character you have, a duplicate or triplicate or 10 of the same characters, and you can eat that character and upgrade the skills the same as the books would go. Now, some instances that's good, some instances it might not be good because having double characters is more important than having their upgraded versions. For example, if you get into the rarer characters called the epics or the legendaries, you probably, for the most part, don't want to eat those characters or use those characters to develop skills as opposed to getting books. But as you could imagine, in a lot of these games, resources are limited, books are limited, characters are limited, and space is limited. So we currently have 100 spaces to put our characters. You can see that I'm nearly full. And then there's also a vault which you can open up and have a maximum of 200 characters, but every 10 spots that you open up in the vault will cost resources and silver. So it's not as though you can just do this, you do have to work to complete it. Now, this is a game that you have to grind to develop, and as I mentioned, I'm in the beginning of the game, just day number 42. And I've developed, I think, 3 characters to the level 6, if we go back to the champions to level 6, yeah. And 2 of them, this Whirlum Frost King and Stag Knight, were purchased in something called a Battle Pass. It's a 8-week I'll call it an extravaganza of receiving various resources. And based upon the resources that you receive, the energy, I didn't mention energy, that's how you battle, coins, silver, gems, you name it. I guess I can click on the battle pass and show it, but there's 100 days worth, and there's so many different items that you can get. And I believe this was $24.99. And honestly, if you just take the value of that compared to what they normally offer in the shop, I mean, it seems as though this is 1/250th the price of what it would be if they had a direct proportion to their limited special offers or their raid cards, or excuse me, or their um, any other offer that they have to purchase. So that seemed to be an amazing deal, and I'm glad I did it because I received multiple characters as well. And then there's different tasks, events, tournaments where you can receive various resources or characters as well. So I developed a lot of my characters through doing some of these as well. But as I mentioned, the next video will be pulling void shards, and I do think I'll have about 20 to 22. Seems to be quite a lot. So I'm looking forward to doing that video. But this is, again, just an introductory video of what I've been doing and a new game that I've been involved in. And I think it'll be enjoyable to open some of these void shards and see what we get in the next video. So thanks again for stopping by. Click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I will start putting out a couple more videos on Raid Shadow Legends. See you next time.